Let's bring Vashi in now. We've managed to connect with her again. Okay, Vashi, 30-day reprieve.
30-day reprieve. That's the headline, Sandy.
Right.
Breathe at least a month-long sigh of relief, the Prime Minister putting on X just moments ago. I just had a good call with President Trump. Canada is implementing our $1.3 billion border plan, reinforcing the border with new choppers, technology, and personnel, enhanced coordination with our American partners, and increased resources to stop the flow of fentanyl. Nearly 10,000 frontline personnel are and will be working on protecting the border. 10,000 also the number of troops that Mexico announced would be heading to their border. The statement goes on to say from the Prime Minister, Sandy, in addition, and this is all new, Canada is making new commitments to appoint a fentanyl czar. We will list cartels as terrorists, ensure 24/7 eyes on the border, launch a Canada-U.S. joint strike force to combat organized crime, fentanyl, and money laundering. I have also, the Prime Minister writes, signed a new intelligence directive on organized crime and fentanyl, and we will be, backing it up with $200 million. Proposed tariffs, and here is the headline, Sandy, will be paused for at least 30 days while we work together. So the crisis we thought would be taking place as of midnight tonight is averted for at least a month.
Okay, and that buys us some time, but it sounds as though there's a long checklist of things to happen. Canada's already committed to border security. We've already said that we're going to be working towards making sure that fentanyl doesn't cross the border. So does it seem to you that Donald Trump was just looking for a little more from us?
It's a great question, and I think if I could figure out exactly what Donald Trump was looking for, I would perhaps have figured out our national and international crisis at this point. But I take exactly what you mean, right? Like, I think the pretext of this in the executive order was the border. But just 2 hours ago, he was talking about annexing us and making us the 51st state and how terrible a trading relationship we have and how bad that we have been to him, in his view, or to the United States. So I would say, like, my conclusion out of all of this is we may be breathing a sigh of relief at the moment for the next 30 days. But I think that the president still sees utility, whether, the facts bear it out or not, and in most cases they do not, of tariffs, particularly in raising revenue and as a thing, as he said, a beautiful thing. So I would be nervous to think that this is, crossing the finish line, or we will avert the application of these tariffs on a permanent basis. I think he still sees them as a useful policy tool, which means, the pressure is on, and we'll see what happens in 30 days. But 30 days is better than them coming into effect tomorrow.
That's for sure. Okay, Vashi, thank you.
You bet, Sandy.